Okay, so if hopefully you guys just got off the same call that I just got off of, the every Monday night State of Play call, Corporate Gids on 9:15, I had goosebumps listening to that call. That was an incredible call. I always love hearing from Brian. He's just an amazing guy. I love hearing his excitement. I love that he is such an encourager. He does a lot of recognition. I think he's literally mentioned us in some form or fashion every time there's been a call. Like he's mentioned our team in some way or referenced us. So I feel so proud of that. Like I was saying, not in a very prideful way, because it isn't anything special that we're doing. We're just doing exactly what they want us to do. And we're championing this conversation. We're sharing ketones and the movement and educating people. And that's really what this whole premise of this company is about, is people and education, community and education. And Brian loves both of those things. And so the fact that my team is doing so well at both of those things is just, it humbles me. It makes me so excited, and I absolutely love it. I love that we're doing amazing things with this compensation plan. I love that we're, moving up so fast, so quickly. That means a lot. I mean, that's a big deal. Some people don't be like, oh, that's good, that's good. No, that's huge. The fact that you guys have hit GoPro and MVP and you guys are moving up and we've hit so many champions, I mean, it's crazy. Like, this does not happen. This is not typical of network marketing at all in any way, shape, or form. So the fact that we have done so phenomenally well speaks volumes about y'all and your commitment and passion, and volumes about this company, its compensation plan, and number one, our product. So our product is leading the marketplace. I mean, the sales are insane. The amount of money that people are investing in this community and in this product are mind-blowing. To give you an idea, Canadians are paying like triple what we are for products. In Australia, people are paying triple for what we do for products. That blows my mind. Like, they love this product so much, they're reshipping it. So because we can't ship to Australia, they're buying it's called a reship address. So they have to pay for that, and they're paying that price for a product just so they can get their hands on ketones. So that's impressive. That just really makes me so happy, and to know that we have such a bright future. Like, we're just getting started, like barely brushing the surface. We've just finished our first year in the marketplace, and they've done phenomenally well. They're calling this year a relaunch. So usually, like, your first year in the business isn't really your first year. It's usually horrible. Like, most people's first year in business, they don't do well. It's just like they're kind of laying out the foundation. They're learning as they go. But Pruvit has really mastered this road in this ketone conversation. They've got all the thought leaders, all the big time doctors and scientists and researchers that are involved in this conversation all across the world are involved in some way with Pruvit. So that is just so impressive to me also, and it just gets me so excited because I think, oh my gosh, like, if we've done this well in a year, can you imagine like 5 years from now? Super, super awesome. So I hope that you guys listened to that call. If you didn't for any reason, it is recorded. So probably, like, by the time we get off of this Zoom, y'all will be able to go back to the Pruvit Facebook page, and where it says, like, the call information, that very bottom link, if you click on that link from tonight where they post about the call, that will load the recording. So you don't even have to go to SoundCloud or look for it. It'll be on the graphic at the bottom. If you just click that little link, it'll bring it up on your computer, and you can listen to it, or your phone. Tonight, this whole Zoom is just going to talk about GoPro and MVP. A lot of you are already GoPro and MVP, but you have teammates that you want to get to GoPro. Sorry, I'm just looking over. I can't see everybody, and I hate that. GoPro and MVP. Hang on, guys. Real life. My 6-year-old wants to play with Puppy. I'm like, hello, on a Zoom. This is Christmas break. They're still out of school. I don't know if y'all kids are still home and wreaking havoc. Mine are. But anyway, a lot of you have tons of new people. So there's, like, I can't remember how many he said. He said hundreds, maybe thousands of new people join the community. That call, by the way, was maxed out at 1,000 people. 1,000 people were listening to that call. And then like, I don't know how many more were listening to it on the web. So huge, huge, huge. But we've got lots and lots of new people. And so I know sometimes when you're brand new, it can be super overwhelming because you're like, okay, I need to learn all about ketones. I have to figure out what ketosis is. I have to know all the science behind it. I need to learn every single detail about the compensation plan. And so you're like scurrying to know everything. I want to tell you right now tonight, you are not going to need to know any of that right now. Absolutely nothing. I know that sounds so weird and totally probably not what you're expecting, but I don't want you to be the expert about ketones, ketosis, or this compensation plan. That will come further down the road. I'm not saying that I don't want you to learn about ketones and ketosis and learn some awesome education in the conversation, but right now is not the time to do that. I'm not saying that you shouldn't dive into the compensation plan and learn every bit about it because I want you to, and we're going to do that Thursday with Nick Martinez. But right now, that is not your priority. I promise you. You are going to learn the fastest about the compensation plan by getting into activity that produces income. And then it's going to make sense to you because you're going to see those big checks coming in, and it's going to make a lot more sense than looking at that 27-page compensation plan. I promise. So right now, get all that stuff out of your head. Get the pressure of knowing everything, how to answer questions, all of those things, and say, I don't have to answer questions. I don't need to know anything like that. Your job right now is first and foremost is to create curiosity on your Facebook page. We don't want you posting everything about Prove It or Keto OS right now. We don't want you to. We don't want you sharing the box. We don't want you sharing those graphics that say all of the things that Keto OS does. Not yet. We don't want you doing that. What we want you doing is enticing your Facebook audience to wonder what you're doing. You have stepped into something brand new. You have obviously started a new journey and you're sharing about it on Facebook. But the least details, the better. You know, by nature, we're all super nosy, especially women. We always got to know what we're doing and what the other girl's doing and you know what's going on in her life. And social media is huge for that. People will watch and you won't even know they're watching. People that you would never think that are looking at your page are looking at your page, I promise you. So what you want to do, your number one job right now is to create curiosity. You want to get people guessing. You want to engage your audience and bring them in to ask you questions. You want people to take notice that something's changed, something is hugely exciting, something is like super, super mega positive, and that you're doing something new. So you want to create curiosity by just a little information. You can make posts saying stuff like, hey, has anybody ever tried the Atkins diet? You might have a ton of stuff. Someone's saying it's frozen. Is it frozen? Okay. Diane Perry says it's frozen. Hopefully. Okay, good on my end. Stacey said, I'm sorry, Diane. Hopefully it'll catch up. Okay. So you want to say stuff like that. That's an open-ended question, right? That's going to provoke people to comment, and that's what you want. So you could say something like, has anybody ever tried the Atkins diet? Thousands of people used to do the Atkins diet, literally thousands, hundreds of thousands. So a lot of people have tried it and will notice that and say, oh yeah, gosh, I tried that, it was so hard. Or man, I tried that and lost 70 pounds. You're going to get engagement on that post, and that is what you're looking for, okay? So when you post something like that and you have people make any comment at all, even if they just hit the like, right? Somebody's not muted. I have to go through the pages. Okay. Make sure you guys are muted, please. There we go. So anytime somebody likes that post or comments, the first thing you're going to do is shoot them the campfire video. You're going to message them and say, hey, I saw you comment about my comment on my Atkins post. Or, hey, I saw you like the Atkins post. Have you ever heard of ketones or being in ketosis? And you're going to shoot them over the campfire video and you're going to say something like this. Hey, I'm super excited about this. I saw you comment on my Atkins post. I want you to watch this 4-minute video and hit me back up when you're done. So you want to ask them to message you back when they're done watching it, okay? Most people feel more obligated to, somebody's still not muted. Go through 4 pages, people. Mute your phones, guys. Everybody mute your phone. Let's see, Erica, I think it's you. Somebody with the name Erica. His phone's not muted. It won't let me mute you. So you want to ask them to hit you back up so they can respond to you. So if you leave them with a request to message you back, or hey, hit me back up when you watch the video and tell me what you think, they're more apt to message you back. If you don't say anything and you just send a campfire video, they probably won't message you back. They'll watch it maybe, but they won't say anything to you. And so you want someone to write back, okay? So something else, you could put something like, has anybody ever heard of ketones? Or have you ever been in ketosis? Something like that. Little things that are around the community or interesting, you know, connected to the ketone conversation and things like that. You don't want to put the whole kit and caboodle out there, because then it's like they already know what you're doing. They don't need to ask you questions. They're not interested because you've given it all to them too fast, too much too fast. Candy and David are really, really good about this. They post a lot. They've been in the industry. They're very seasoned. But if you notice their post, I'm sure a lot of you are friends with them, but if you're not, they would be good people to follow. When they post, they don't necessarily go and post every graphic that we have and say, you know, if you want to try this, you know, with all these things, you know, we have samples or whatever. They say little things. They use a lot of emojis. They use a lot of just funny little, you know, taglines that get people to comment on their post. They have engagement. People ask me all the time, how in the world are Candy and David ranking up so fast? How are they getting all these people? You know why? Spend 5 minutes on their social media, guys. They're not doing anything secretively, I promise you. We're not feeding them people. We're not doing anything differently with Candy and David that we're doing with you. I promise. And people have said that to me, and I kind of chuckle. Go visit their social media. They've just mastered the art of curiosity. They've mastered the art of social media. And it's okay if you haven't, because I'll tell you, social media is not my gift. I'm not someone who's super creative. I'm a workhorse. I'll work from day to night, and if I have a task, I get it done. I'm very, you know, hungry, but I'm not very, you know, creative. That's not my gift, and that's okay. We all have different gifts to bring to the table, and how cool is that we can be a team like this, that we all have special things to bring to the table, and we can utilize each other and gain strengths in things that maybe we're not strong in that somebody else is. So if you haven't, go to their page and see what they do, see what they say, and see how they post, and watch the interaction. Mandy Mitchell is another girlfriend of mine. She's on an opposite team. Her and I have been just chasing each other and doing really, really fast in the company. She's on Michael Beal's team. We're really good friends. She was cheering me on to hit Champ 8. I was cheering her on to hit Champ 8. She did it right after me, just a couple hours, which was really neat. She's another person that has mastered social media. She's been doing it a really long time. She comes from a prior company. She has a huge network, but she knows how to engage people perfectly. So she'll get 50 to 100 comments on a single post. And it's really not that interesting. It's just the way that she writes it. It's the way that she uses emojis or the little taglines in the end. Hashtags are huge. So really, social media is a great tool, and it can be very, very helpful. So utilize and watch how other people are posting on our team, and you know, take some tips and tools from them. Don't put everything out there. Create curiosity is going to be your best friend. And as soon as someone does engage on the post, you have to engage them back by sending that campfire video. That's your number 2 thing to do. So your number 1 thing right now is to create curiosity. Then the second most important thing is to get as many eyeballs as you can on that campfire video. That is your lucky charm. That is the secret sauce. I promise you. That is what's gotten me to Champ 8. That's what's gotten the Strahans in the West to Champ 7. That's what's got Diane and Stacy and Shauna to Champ 6. You have got to utilize that campfire video. Everything you do is around this product. You've got to start using the campfire video all the time. We have our own personal links. We have the Experience Keto link that Pruvit gives us for free. That's what you're going to use. So every time you get an engagement post on your Facebook page, anytime someone likes something at all, they've opened the door for you to send them a message and say, hey, I appreciate the love you showed me on so-and-so post, or I love that comment that you posted on my post about ketosis. You've got to watch this 4-minute video. It's absolutely incredible. I am so excited about it. Please hit me back when you're done watching it and tell me what you think. You guys should be doing that from the time you wake up until the time you go to bed, all day long, as many, many times as possible. And I know it sounds crazy, like how would that really engage people and how does that bring interest? It does. It works. It's duplicatable. It's been working. It will work for you if you do it right. When someone hits you back and says, wow, that was really interesting. I have never heard of that before. I would love to try it. What do you suggest? Maybe they say that. Or they say, oh my gosh, I would love to try it, but I have diabetes. Can I take it if I have diabetes? You may know the answer. We've talked about this before numerous times. Your job is not to be the message. You are not going to talk hardly at all in the first few, probably a good month of your business. Go. Get it. You are going to, that was my dog, not my child. You're going to get your tape on your mouth for your first month, and you will not use your voice. I promise you, hardly at all. You are going to have your upline and your sponsor be the voice. They're the message. They're the message. You are the messenger. So you're not going to answer questions. You are going to immediately throw one of your sponsors or me or any of the other champions into a 3-way message as soon as you get asked a question. It's not going to be weird, and I'm going to explain to you how you do it. This is weird. If you hit me with a campfire video and I write you back and say, wow, that looks really cool. I want to try that, but I have thyroid issues and I just don't know. Can I use this if I have thyroid issues? If you say to me, well, I'm not really sure, but my upline might know. Can we do a 3-way chat and she can tell you if you can use this product or not? That's weird. No one knows what an upline is or a sponsor. That sounds weird. The verbiage is strange. People don't understand. You're asking them to talk to someone that they don't know. Then it got weird and they'd say, no, oh, I'm really busy. I got to go, maybe tomorrow. And then tomorrow never comes, okay? We don't want to do that. What we want to do is this. If you hit me the campfire video and I say the same thing, I'd love to try that, but I have thyroid issues. Can I take this if I take Synthroid? You're immediately, let's say Aaron's your sponsor, you are immediately going to add Aaron. Aaron's already in the chat, and they're going to say this. Hey, Susie Q, that is a really great question. This is my friend Erin. She has thyroid issues too, so I wanted to throw her in here so she could tell you her experience. Or, hey, this is my friend Erin. I'm brand new and I'm not sure, so I wanted to make sure you got the right answer. Erin, she has thyroid issues. Can she take this if she's taking Synthroid? Erin's gonna be like, hey, girlfriend, yes, you can totally take this if you take Synthroid. I have blah, 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 blah. And she's gonna talk about her thyroid, or she's gonna say, yes, you can. I know you can from experience. Do you see how easy that was? She said, my friend, Erin. She didn't say upline or sponsor because that's weird because some people don't know what that means and it just makes it awkward. And I explained to her why I added Erin in. This is my girlfriend, Erin. This is my friend, Erin. She's been doing it longer, or she has thyroid issues, so I wanted to make sure you got the best information. So you're just explaining to them, hey, this is my friend. You're not asking. There is no asking if you can do a 3-way. You're never going to get a yes, more than likely, okay? Sorry, guys. I'm trying to read the chat. We'll catch up in the chat in a little bit. You never want to say, will you get into a 3-way conversation? Because typically 99.9% of the time that doesn't work. They say no, and then they run, and they don't want to talk to you anymore, okay? So if you just do it and don't ask and don't make it weird, so you just say, hey, it's my girlfriend Erin. This is why I wanted to throw her in here. Then it's a normal conversation. You've opened it up. Now Erin and her can ping pong back and forth while you sit there and say nothing. Your job is to say nothing but listen and learn. It's Erin's job as a leader to get in there and discuss that with her. She's going to talk to her about the thyroid stuff. She's going to, ping pong back and forth, and she's going to gain some ground. And Erin's goal is to get you a 5-day experience sold. That's the goal of a 3-way. Maybe you'll get a 30-day customer out of it. Maybe they just jump on board and go all the way to order. But Erin knows that she's in there for that reason. I just add Erin in and it automatically adds. So if I'm talking to Susie Q and I add Erin, it starts a new chat box usually. Sometimes it doesn't. It'll just throw Erin in, but usually it starts a new conversation chat box. It's the same thing. It's really easy. But you'll see the more you do that, you will sit back and you'll hear the same things all day long. It gets so repetitive, but guess what? You are learning. You're watching Erin talk to all of your potentials and she says the exact same thing every single time. Her goal is to get you a 5-day experience sold. That's what we're doing. That's our goal. So we know if our downline puts us in a conversation, a 3-way conversation, that's more than likely the goal is to get them a 5-day sample, or you're recruiting them into the business, which most of you all have started. I would say 90% of you started on a 5-day trial. You started with a sample, you loved it, and you joined. Some of you crazy people just jumped on without even trying the product. You just loved the business model, or you trusted whoever brought you in, which I think is absolutely killer. But sometimes I would say the majority of people want to at least try a 5-day and experience it. And maybe they come back to you on day 3 and say, holy smokes, this stuff is amazing. I've got like 10 friends I know would love this stuff. How do I join this business? Right? That's going to create customers and promoters for you. So number 1 is creating curiosity on your social media. That is your job right now, guys. A lot of you newbies, Jennifer E., I know she's on here somewhere, I can't see her. Her new girls, holy smokes, they signed just like this week. They are blowing it up. Erin's girl, Jen, she has gotten us into, holy cow, how many, I mean all day long, she is just slinging it. Perfect duplication. Like, Erin had to tell Jen one time, hey, get me into 3-ways. Jen is throwing Erin and I in 3-ways literally all day long. Every single time one of her friends responded to that campfire video, Jen put us in a 3-way. We said the same things the whole time. She's sold a ton of 5-day samples, and she's getting people to buy, which is gaining her customers, and she's got people that are joining her team. 3-way conversations work. They're duplicatable and they're simplistic, and that's what we do. So we don't want to change things. We want to keep doing it the exact same way because it definitely works. And it's something that people can come into this business and it's not overwhelming. It's not too much to learn too fast. This is the great thing about Prove It is that you don't have to be an expert about ketones or ketosis. You don't have to know the whole compensation plan. All you need to know is watch, connect, and experience. Watch, connect, and experience. Watch the campfire video. Connect is talking to a sponsor in a 3-way, or getting on a Zoom call, or listening to the 30/30 call, or listening to the call tonight. Some kind of connect to the community is what we want. And then the outcome is a 5-day experience. We want a 5-day experience because I know from the last 3 months, everyone who experiences a 5-day, darn near everyone who experiences a 5-day is getting in the company either as a promoter or as a customer. So the more you do it, the better. Y'all need to know, if you've never done network marketing before, if you've never been in this industry, there is the law of numbers. It's how it works. It's just the way the world works. Call it whatever you want. You have got to talk to a minimum of like 10 to 20 people before one person says yes. 10 to 20 talks. So 10 to 20 3-ways before someone says yes. So ask yourself, if you're only talking to 5 people a week, how long is it going to take you to get one person to join your team or to buy from you? A really long time, right? So the goal is to talk to hundreds of people as fast as possible. You want to talk to as many people that will listen, and you want to get that campfire video to as many eyeballs as possible, okay? So number 1, social media. Create curiosity. Get it out there. Be so super ridiculous, uber positive and excited that it makes people crazy, and they're begging you to tell them what you're doing. Make it so over the top that you're so in love with life and you're so excited about something you can hardly stand it. People are going to be like, what in the heck is going on over on Marcy's Facebook page? That girl is like unicorns and rainbows, right? But they're going to watch her consistently and they're going to say, something's up with her. I'm going to go find out what it is. And they're going to start stalking her page. That's what people do. I do it. If I see something someone posts that it like makes me wonder whether it's positive or negative, tell me that you don't do this. They say something one time, it's really, really negative or something, and you go find out what it is. Are they fighting with their husband? Are they get fired? Are they having struggles with money? Whatever it is, when people talk about it on Facebook, we all go and watch. We all go to find out what it is, right? It's the same thing with business. If it's something positive, people are literally drawn and sucked in to positivity and success. They are. When people see something happening, they want to be a part of it. When I saw Casey posting about her team ranking up as fast as they were, it piqued my curiosity. I wanted to know what was going on her page. I went and looked at her page numerous times before I left my old company. Numerous times. Because she had such a sense of positivity and there was people ranking up in her company and I knew something was really cooking over there and it piqued my interest. I wanted to know what it was. And she never even talked about Keto OS or Prove It by name. She really didn't. She just kept showing all these graphics, GoPro, Go MVP, GoPro, Go MVP. And I'm thinking, well, good Lord, what is going on over there? Those people are like flying through the ranks. People are doing the same thing for you, I promise you. Right now is the time that you blow your Facebook up with so much positivity and so much excitement that you draw people in to find out what you're doing. Second, soon as you draw them in, you're going to put that ketone conversation all over them. You're going to put that campfire video in front of their eyes and you're going to show them what ketones are all about. And then you're going to open them up to the conversation by putting in a three-way, getting in three-way and letting us from the community talk to them about ketones, getting them a 5-day experience. Okay. GoPro, who doesn't want to make $250 their first few days in the business? A lot of you joined like Christmas or like right around Christmas and you guys are already GoPro and some of you are already flipping MVP, which is you guys are like rock star maniacs. I love it. GoPro is $250. $250. So we know right now, and if you bought the Santa pack when it was 33% off, holy smokes, you're making some dough. If you bought the experience pack now, even if you just bought a 770 pack, it's 17% off, you're still making some dough. You're making like $340 off of the experience pack. So you're already going to make cash right off the jump if you came in with the experience pack. If you didn't come in with the experience pack, that's okay. That's okay. It happens. People don't always come in with the experience pack. You can still be ridiculously successful without it. It's just a little bit easier to have it. So if you don't have it, no sweat. You're just going to have to work a little bit harder and make sure you get those eyes on that campfire video and get them to your website to order. If you have the experience pack, you've already made money. It's a given. Done. You're making money off your experience pack. So the next way to make money very, very quick is to get to GoPro. How do you get to GoPro? GoPro, and I want you to write this down. 2 customers, okay? It has to equal 200 in volume. So if you get 2 customers that don't order $100 each, just because you got 2 customers doesn't mean you fulfill that part, okay? You have to fulfill the whole thing. 2 customers with 200 volume. With all these discounts, it's awesome and we love it, right? People are saving money, we're saving money. But for GoPro and MVP, a lot of people have been unhappily disappointed because they got their 2 customers, but they didn't have the 200 in volume. You have to make up that volume if it's discounted. Okay, so however you can do it, I don't care. It can be 3 customers, it can be 1 customer that gets more than 100. However you need 2 customers with a minimum of 200 in volume, and you need 1 promoter with 600 in volume. The easiest way to get that promoter is an experience pack because that's 600 in volume. Again, with the discounts, it wasn't 600 in volume. So some of you got the 200 in customer volume and you got a promoter with an experience pack, but it wasn't the 600. It was discounted BV. So what that means is your promoter that you signed needed to buy extra to get to that 600, or you needed to sign a different promoter, a second promoter, to add up to $600 in volume. Make sense? Okay, so to go pro, you have 14 days from pushing your Go Challenge, 14 days to hit Go Pro. 2 customers that go to your website and order $100 in volume a piece. Typically with no sale, that's a 30-day. Because a 30-day with no discount is $100 in volume. Max is 80. So if someone joins and someone buys from you as a customer and they buy the max, you're going to be $20 short. So you'll need to make up that volume somewhere. So GoPro, $200 in customer volume. 1 promoter was $600 in promoter volume. Okay. If you get 2 online customers and 1 promoter with experience pack or 600 in volume, you have hit your GoPro. That's $250. Awesome, right? If you do that exact same thing again, 2 more customers on your website that order $100 each or 200 in volume, and get another promoter, which is 600 in volume, or, if it's discounted, you have to add the BB. If you do that again, that's MVP, and that's $500. So MVP is 400 in customer volume and 1,200 in promoter volume. So as soon as you have $400 in customer volume and $1,200 in promoter volume, you are MVP, and that's $500. You have a full 30 days to do that. Okay? Stacy, I saw your hand up. Did you need to say something? Make sure you unmute. I can't find her. Stacy. Where are you? Okay, maybe she doesn't have a question. All right, I'm sorry, I can't find you. If you figure out, just unmute and ask. So everybody got that down. Go Pro. You have 14 days. 14 days from pushing your Go Challenge. That sets the timer. Okay, 2 customers, 1 promoter. 200 in volume for customer, $600 in customer for your promoter. Do that same exact thing again. Get 2 more customers, totaling 200 in volume, 1 more promoter with 600 in volume, and you go MVP. You have a full 30 days for MVP. Y'all, the fastest way to get to GoPro and MVP is to do the first few things I said. Number 1, create curiosity. Shauna can't hear. Can you guys hear me? Anybody else? Everybody else can hear me? Shauna, you can't hear me, but everybody else can hear me. Maybe log off and log back in. I'm sorry, guys. Hopefully everybody will. I know sometimes there's a few people that log in with their phones and they don't work. The easiest, fastest way to do that is creating curiosity on your social media. And 2 is watch, connect, experience. Watch, connect, and experience, and utilize your campfire video. There's a few things that go along with those, and as tedious or as mundane as you might think, going to the Facebook page, the Just Prove It Facebook page every morning, going on there, liking stuff, sharing something from that, commenting on something, that should be into your daily. Okay, good, Stacey, thank you. That should be your daily method of operation. Something you do every single day. Sorry, it was something you do every single day. It helps promote the Facebook page, and it shows interaction within the community, which is really important. When we go to the Facebook page, or we have guests, or we have people that aren't in Prove It, they go to the Facebook page. We don't want them to see no engagement. We want them to have an awesome engagement and see people commenting and liking and sharing and things like that. Getting on the huddle call Monday through Friday, every single Monday through Friday, Michael Rutherford does a huddle call. It's at 12 noon every single Monday through Friday. Usually it's 15 to 30 minutes. If you can't get on live, go to SoundCloud. It's an app or a website. Keto123 is Michael's page, and you can listen to anything that he records. He records all the huddle calls. If you didn't hear today's, it was great. It was incredible. They had a ton of awesome information on that. So you want to listen to that huddle call. Try your best to be on those huddle calls. It's just a great way to start your afternoon. It's super exciting. It's very encouraging. And there's always someone, usually it's one of the champions, giving some tips and tools. Utilize the calls. Sorry. Every Monday, I'm losing my voice again. Every Monday is the State of Play call on Monday nights with Brian. It's usually about corporate stuff. You can still invite guests, like they usually talk about, they'll have a doctor, one of the doctors on, or something that's going on in the community, but it's still a good thing to invite people to. Tuesday night, every single Tuesday night, no matter what, at 9:15, there's another call, corporate call, 9:15 Eastern. Those are excellent, excellent calls to invite potentials to. We don't need to have Zooms on Tuesday nights because we need to be utilizing the State of Play call. Everybody can share that. You can send everybody that phone number. All they have to do is dial in and listen. They talk about the product for about 15, 20 minutes. They talk about the business for 15 and 20 minutes. We have got to start utilizing that Tuesday night call for potentials. Anytime you have someone interested in the product or the business, get them on the Tuesday night call, 9:15 Eastern. Utilize that. That is a tool that we need to use. Okay. Saturday mornings at 11:15, I believe it is, there's a Saturday review call. And it's usually, Mitch has been doing them lately. It's just a really good, encouraging, positive call. So you can always jump on those too. But those are things that y'all should be utilizing as much as possible, especially the Tuesday night. Because Tuesday night, Dr. Andy, Dr. Carden, Dr. Jacob, Ryan, the formulators of the Max, somebody's on there and talking about ketones and being in ketosis and what are the benefits and can I take ketones if I have this or that, or is there any drug interactions, or is it safe to give to my kids? All of those things are discussed. You have your people that are super like smart and they kind of question everything like, well, what if I keep eating this or that? Or they want to know the science. They need to know the breakdown of the product. I am not the person to ask about that. I haven't the slightest clue. I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything. I cannot explain any of that stuff. I have it here. Like I get it here from going to Keto Academy and learning. But that medical stuff, I'm going to tell you right now, is way over my head. All I know is I drink this and I feel awesome. And that's what I tell people, honest to God. But if you have those type of people, I had a gal message me today. I'm sorry, I can't think of her name. But we were talking about this earlier. She has a friend that is she's too smart for her own good. So she wanted to break it down and know every single thing, the science, everything about everything. And she was one of those people that questioned it. She was a skeptic, and that's okay. That's awesome. I'm not the one that's going to cover that because I will not do a good job, because I will tell her it's cool. You should drink it. It'll totally make you feel awesome. That's my science behind the product. That's what I tell people. Yes, it was Christine's person. So, but if you get her on a Tuesday night call when she's listening to Dustin Schaefer, who has his own wellness clinic, who's been getting people in ketosis for 2 decades, he knows everything about that. He knows about the native state. He knows about the cells and the mitochondria and all that kind of stuff. And he's going to talk about that on Tuesday night. So those would be a great call to get your tough people on, your doctors, your researchers, your trainers, anybody who needs a more specific, definition and more education, get them on a Tuesday night call. As far as the business, I think we've been blowing the business out of the water clearly. This doesn't go off of this Zoom, but I made just barely shy of $30,000 in December. $30,000 in the month of December. I've been here for 3 months, y'all. 3 months. And I can promise you that if I am not anything special, I have no skills, really great, anything. And if I can do this, anyone can do this. $30,000 is life-changing income. Like, it has literally changed the face of our family. 3 months ago, we were barely paying our bills. Seriously. Like, I was afraid we were going to lose our car. 3 months. 3 months of watch, connect, and experience, 3 months of talking to anyone who will listen to me, 3 months of giving up TV, giving up girls' night out, and just plugging in and digging in to grow my business. And I made almost $30,000 in the month of December. And I tell you that not to brag at all, because I'm completely humbled by it. I still think it's so surreal, and I know it's a complete God thing. I had prayed for so long, and I know that he has had his hands on this business and my team from day one. I know he's brought specific people to me that needed to be here, and I just feel like it's organically happened exactly how it was supposed to happen. So I feel incredibly blessed to be where I am, and I know that each of you are supposed to be here, and you're here for a very specific reason. And I can't explain to you why, but I feel that way in the pit of my gut and in my heart. So I know that I'm so passionate about this, and I don't mean to like be a workhorse, because I know I can be, because I have that drive. And so sometimes I can come off where, you know, I get really excited and passionate, and it's only because of what I know. It's what I know that we have and what you can have too. Because I know clearly if I can do this and I can make that kind of money, then I know you guys can make that kind of money too. It's possible. When I look at Michael Rutherford, I want to be in Michael Rutherford's spot by next year. Like, to think about being able to earn $1 million in 1 year doesn't even seem like it's possible. But to think what we've accomplished in just 3 months, then I think it's totally possible. I'm totally claiming it. It will be mine. And so I want it for y'all too. That's the best part. Ask some of these champions of mine. Ask how sweet it is when you have your first champion. I know Amanda and Chad felt that way when they got David into Candy. I know that Stacy felt that way when she had Diane. I know that they all felt that way. We all felt that way when Shauna was a champ. It's so much more fun to watch your team growing and building and making the paycheck and seeing their lives change. And when it's not just you, you know, in my old business, it was only me for a really long time. So it was hard being a leader when I watched people try really hard. They poured their hearts and souls into their businesses. They did give the time, and it just wasn't going anywhere. So to know that we have what we have and that this opportunity is at y'all's fingertips, I just want you to utilize it. Like, I want you to go completely ham for the next 90 days, like go absolutely insanely crazy with this business. Because I feel like if you do, based on my experience and what I've seen, that you could say in a couple months, I made $30,000 this month, right? So that's why I want you guys to just get up on this, dig in, commit to go so crazy, so completely all in and dedicated. Go pro, go MVP. Go pro, go MVP. You're going to duplicate that. And just every single time, as soon as you go pro, you're going to get your person to go pro. That you go MVP, you're going to get your 2 people to go pro MVP. That's it. That's all we do. Go pro, go MVP is the basis of our business. When you get a couple people to go pro and go MVP, guess what? Then you're going to go all-star. All-star is having 5 personal MVPs. I hit that my first month. Candy and David already hit that their first month. They've already 5 MVPs. Y'all are going to blow us out of the water. I see so many all-stars in this group right now. I know that y'all are hitting GoPro and MVP so quickly, and you're duplicating that down. So that's going to push you to all-star. 5 personal MVPs is what you need. That's not that many. 5 personal MVPs in your all-star, and you get $1,000 bonus. $1,000. That's the compensation for creating leaders. And GoPro and MVP are not hard. They're so easy. Like, I'll tell you that in my prior company, people worked really, really hard for a while to make $500. The first rank in my prior company was $500 a month. That's it. Our MVP bonus is $500. You can make that, if you join, you can make that your first day. If you can get 4 customers and 2 promoters. Like, the possibility here, y'all, is, I mean, the sky is the limit. That's what makes me so excited. I get goosebumps thinking about it because I know what it means to some of you. I know what it meant to me. I know what it meant for my kids, my husband, and my family. And so I think because we have a compensation plan that is so generous and so simplistic and easy to do, it's very duplicatable and it's very simplistic. It doesn't take a huge skill set. It doesn't take a lot of experience. It just takes a willing heart, a willing participant to say, I am going to get this campfire video in front of everyone I know. I am going to get my friends into a conversation with my sponsor or my upline every day. Whether you can get people, maybe you can only get 3 people into a chat a day because you work full time. You come home and you do it in the evening time. If you can only work this thing on the weekends, great. Spend that weekend getting into 3-way conversations, getting that campfire video into as many eyeballs as possible. It doesn't matter how much you work. It just matters what you do when you're working, right? You don't want to, it's like we don't want to work more. We want to work smarter. So the only thing that we want you to do, create curiosity, create that excitement, be so over the top excited and draw people in, then, you know, get them into conversations, shoot that campfire video, start the story, start writing the book, open the book and say, hey, this is what I'm doing. Watch this 4-minute video. Holy cow, it's changed my life. I'm so excited for you to watch it. Hit me back when you're done. That's it. And then we're gonna do the work, really. Your uplines and sponsors are going to get in there. We're going to talk back and forth. We're going to answer questions. If we don't know, we're going to hit Natalie and we're going to throw Natalie or Michael in and they're going to answer. We're going to ping pong back and forth until your 5 days are sold. That's our job, right? That's our job. So when you get your new people in, guess what you're going to be doing? You're going to be doing the same thing. But guess what you're going to do? You're going to know what to say because you've just watched me with your friends for 2 weeks. I say the same thing 100 times. So you're going to copy me exactly. You're going to be able to say the same things I do. Casey and Natalie laugh because when they're in a 3-way with me, they say, I'm Michael. They're like, you are a little Michael. You have become Michael. You say the same things. You use the same kind of words. But you know what? It's just, I heard it a bazillion times. So it's what I know. It worked for me. So I just said, well, that's what I'm going to use. That's what I'm going to do. And so I just have listened to it time and time and time and time again. So now I can get in and spiel off the experience pack like it's nobody's business. And you think right now that you're not going to be able to, but I promise you, if you do what we're asking and you put us into 3-way conversations, you are going to hear me say that verbiage over and over and over the exact same way to all your friends. So in a month from now, you're going to be a little Kelly. You are going to be able to explain the experience pack just like I do. You're going to be able to explain ketones and you're going to tell people just drink it and feel awesome. I promise that's just how it works. It's what's duplicatable. It's what works. If you get me into a 3-way conversation with your best friend and I start talking about the cell structure and the mitochondria and the oxygen input and output of the whatever and all this like medical stuff and all this way too hard, difficult stuff, your best friend's gonna be like, I don't know any of that stuff and I don't want to talk like that, so this isn't for me. Because she's gonna think she can't do that. But if I just get in and be like, hey, girlfriend, this stuff is amazing. It tastes great. You should just drink it and feel awesome. She can be like, well, I can totally tell my friends to drink this and be awesome. I can do this business. If she can do it and sell me on a 5-day, then I can do it to my friends and sell them on a 5-day. Do you see what I mean? So if you make it where it's so fun and so simplistic and that's all we have to do, then everybody's going to say, oh, I can totally do that. I can really, really do that. Sorry, I'm trying to catch that. Hopefully you guys are watching this chat because I'm not. So we just want to make it where it's so fun, so exciting, and so simplistic that everybody believes that they can do it because they can. And that way, more people will want to be into the community. I don't know how anyone, once they have this product, wouldn't want to buy it and use it because, I mean, it blows my mind. Everybody I've seen on this product has ridiculous results. It's insane. Like, I've never seen anything like it. I promoted 16 other products. 16 other great products. I've never seen results like one product. Out of all 16 combined, I have not seen what I've seen coming out of this product. That is mind-blowing. That is mind-blowing. We have something that is incredible. We have something that works for everyone, and we should want every person that we know to be fueled on ketones. Everyone. Everyone in your family should be fueled on ketones. Your neighbors, your church people, your girlfriends, your husband's people at work. Everybody you know should be fueling on ketones. If they don't want to be in the business, cool. That's okay. We love customers. Get a bazillion customers. Because guess what? Volume is volume. That's how awesome this is. We get paid on volume. We don't care who buys the product. If they're buying the product, they're feeling amazing and they're running on ketones, and we're able to further this conversation, and volume is volume. If you want to grow a team and build even bigger, great. But not everyone's going to join you in this business, and that's totally okay. We love customers. So don't worry about, if you get to MVP and you're like, oh my gosh, I only have like 4 people on my team, that's okay. This isn't about sign everyone and your mother. It's not. It absolutely isn't. You can have a huge customer base. You can have a team of 4 or 5 people and get to the top of this company in no time. That is our compensation plan. So please don't think that you have to have a team of 5 billion people to get to the top of this company, because that is not what we are about. We are not your regular typical Joe Schmo network marketing company. This is not about going out and signing people just to sign them. Because guess what? There's no benefit to joining this company unless you love ketones, unless you want to build a business and make a ton of money. There's no reason, because we all pay the same for product. So keep your customers, because in the long run for you, it's going to be far more beneficial. If you find people that want to run with this business, those are the people that you want to bring into this business. I can tell you right now, you don't want to bring someone in this business who's like, I don't know, and they're whining and complaining before they even join, and they're so wishy-washy. Don't do that. Don't do that. Do yourself a favor and don't do that. Just sign them as a customer. Say, you know what, you love the product. Let's just keep you as a customer. If you decide later down the road you want to become a promoter, then we can discuss that when we do. Because you want people that are like-minded. We want people on this team that are as hungry for success as we are. We want people that are hungry for community, hungry for education, and hungry for the ketone conversation. Those are the people we want in the organization, because those are the people that fit in and line up with the Prove It, the goals and the future of Prove It. Not people that aren't on board. We just love them as customers. Yes, you've got to be hungry. And you've got to be a rhino. We want rhinos in this business. Thick skin, that ain't taking no crap, and they're bulldozing over anybody that stands in their way, bottom line. Not in a bad way, but in a good way, in a positive way. That you're going to go out and you're going to build your business because you're proud of this company, you're proud of this product, and you're proud of yourself. And that you know you can do it. All the haters that are giving you the rolling of the eyes and, talking about nonsense, they look so uneducated and silly, it's not even funny. So rhinos don't care. Rhinos aren't looking to the right or the left, they look forward, right? That's why they're the crap. That's why they're the big ones. That's why they don't worry about the little ones, right? So just go out there and build. Talk about ketones in your daily life. Wear ketone shirts. Wear the Prove It hat. Get yourself a t-shirt that says Prove It on it. Get yourself something that says ketones. When you're at your kid's baseball game, keep samples in your car. We were talking about that right when we joined. If you don't have ketones, 5-day experiences in your car, I swear it's like clockwork. Every time I don't, I have someone who I could totally give a 5-day experience to. Every time. So I just know now I keep a box in my car and a box in the house. because I know usually, or I'll get something, a Facebook message while I'm out, and I'm like 2 seconds from the post office instead of 20, and then I have to go back to the post, and go back home, get things, and go back to the mailbox. If you keep them in your car, you're better off. So your job, what is your job? Your very first job? Create excitement, create curiosity, right? What's your second job? Get as many eyes in that campfire video. Third is getting into 3-ways, right? We do Zooms. We've been doing Zooms. We want to do Zooms, and we will, but we're going to do things a little bit differently. We've grown so fast and so crazy that now we need a Zoom of like 1,000 to be able to fit you crazy people on there. So what we're going to start doing is specific Zooms. So if Christy's team, or Christy has one person on her team, even if she has 1 or 2, we're going to do a team Zoom for Christy's team and her potentials. If Kelly has a team, 1 or 2 people, we're going to get all Kelly and her team's potentials on a Zoom. Okay, we want to do a little bit smaller and more intimate, because sometimes it's intimidating for people to see 50 people or 100 people on a Zoom. They don't want to get on, or they don't ask questions, or they just feel more overwhelmed. I personally feel the same way. If I get on a Zoom, if I'm talking to someone, I'd rather talk to 5 or 6 of you, that I can look at you and we can be totally casual and feel comfortable, and I can really get to know you and you guys can ask me questions, than 50 people and everybody's kind of weird, and we're all just we're excited, but we're like just listening, and we don't want to ask questions because it might be awkward. So we want to slow down on the Zooms as far as like huge, crazy Zooms. We can still do those every once in a while. Maybe on a Saturday we'll have an all promoter Zoom and we'll just go crazy with it. But we want to start breaking it down. We want to start making them more personal for you, so you can say, okay, Aunt Sarah, I really want you to get on a Zoom. It's only going to be a couple people with my friends and Kelly, and I just want you to hear about the conversation. She's probably more apt to get on than if you tell her, hey, call in, there's going to be like 100 people, blah, blah, blah. So we want to utilize that. So if you have potentials and hey, Wednesday night at 7 would be a great time for me, then you need to get with your upline so they can get with me, and we can create that Zoom. Because I don't care if I have to do 215-minute Zooms a day, I will do that. I'd rather than be productive in actually getting people to join or getting people to purchase than to have 100 people on and they only listen, right? Does that make more sense? Again, working smarter, not harder. So we want to utilize those Zooms for you and make them personal. So if you guys want to get together with your sponsors or their upline or whoever their champ is and schedule some Zooms, let's do it. Whatever you want to do it, we'll make it happen. We're going to be utilizing the Tuesday night call 100%. I want everyone to bring minimum of 5 people to that phone call on a Tuesday night. 5 people. Just commit to say, I'm going to make sure I have 5 guests on that Tuesday night call. That's your job. From here on out, every Tuesday night at 9:15 Eastern, you need to have 5 guests on that call. They can dial in from anywhere and just listen. They don't have to breathe a word. And then you're going to say, I want you to call me or text me or Facebook message me as soon as the call is done and tell me what you thought. Tell me your favorite part of the call. What was most interesting to you? Offer a 3-day sample for someone who dials in and listens. Offer them 1 sample if you don't have that many. You can do whatever you can do. But we want to go pro. We want to help you get to go pro and go MVP as fast as possible. So if you just joined and right now you're like, well, I have like 5 people in mind that I want to join my team. Tonight, I want you to get with your upline, to get with their champ and say, okay, I have 5 people. I want to do a Zoom tomorrow night at this time. If you have a couple people that you want on your team specifically, then you get on the phone tonight, call your sponsor and get with their champion, get with me and say, hey, I want to do a Zoom. Let's schedule those Zooms. Personal. Just get a couple people on. Marcy's team. She's going to get all her team and say, okay, team, I want 5 people each. Let's get on a Zoom. Can't get 5? Great. Get 2. Bring 2 people, 2 guests on a Zoom. We're going to have a, super just comfortable time. We're all going to be sipping on keto and we're going to just chat about the business or chat about the product. Make it really simple. So let's see. I know it's super late. Oh my gosh, we're so late. You guys are like animals, I swear, like pure beasts for keto beasts. we were joking, we were sitting in the chat today talking, I said, I don't think in 3 months that I have been to bed before probably 1 or 2 in 3 months, but every minute of that has been worth it. I can tell you that. Every minute of it. Every minute. You know what Brian says? He said, or Michael said it too, don't sacrifice what you want or in the future for something you want right now. You want to make sure that like the little things, like I love Grey's Anatomy. I love Nashville. Nashville's coming back like every Thursday in January. Like that's my show. I love it. But guess what? I'm going to be okay with my DVR. I'm going to let Nashville and Grey's Anatomy come back on as hard as it is. Lord help me. And I'm going to know that I can watch Grey's and Nashville on my DVR if it's 3 in the morning or 8 o'clock in the morning before I do it, as long as I get my stuff done at night, right? So I'm giving up the little stuff because I'm looking at the big picture. And because I was willing to do that for such just a little short time, like just a few months, look at where I am. Exactly. Bachelor. I watched since season 1. I know, it's like a train wreck. You just can't help it. Once you do it, you're like official Bachelor for life. And then you watch The Bachelorette and it goes crazy. But yes, so DVR it. Everybody has DVR nowadays. Have your friend DVR it. You know, go over there on a weekend on Sunday and watch it. Catch up for the week. I don't care. Just give your time to your business. Get to GoPro, get to MVP, get to All-Star as fast as possible. I don't know about you, but like when I came in this business, I wanted to make as much money as I could the fastest. And when I saw that check, my first 4 days in the business, I made $1,410. When I saw that, it fueled a fire in me. It lit a fire. I said, if I can make $1,400 in 4 days, holy smokes, I can do more, right? So it fueled me to go out and talk to more people. It fueled me to pick up the phone and call everybody I knew. It fueled me to create more excitement on my social media. People are fueled by positivity and success and money. Let's face it, we all need it, right? Some of us need it more than others. I needed it desperately. So I made it happen. And you have to tell yourself every day, you are going to make it happen. Period. Don't even give yourself an excuse or an out. You say, I'm making it happen. It's going to be done. I'm hitting MVP by next Friday. Whatever it is, set your goal and do it. Last thing I'm going to say, and then we're going to hang up because I know it's insanely late. Listen, Epic. We've been talking about it for weeks. Epic, you've got to be there. You have to be there. Do everything in your power that's humanly possible to get to Epic. Please, I promise you, it really, really will be worth it. They're 17% off right now in your back office. You should have got them when they were 33% off, but if you didn't, that's okay. Get them now. But please, please, please invest in yourself and invest in your business and get to Epic. I don't care if you guys have to, like 10 of you have to sleep on the floor in my hotel room. If that's what it takes to get you to Epic, then that's what it takes to get you to Epic. I will pile 20 of you in my hotel room. If you can get your ticket and you can get to Dallas, then get to Dallas. That's what matters. Getting in front of everyone at Epic to feel the intensity, to feel the excitement, to feel the urgency, to see the future of what we're doing is critical for your business. It's going to build your belief. It's going to blow the lid off of your belief. I can promise you that. It's going to be mind-blowing. So if you can get to Epic, please, please do. Sacrifice. Give up something that weekend. It's a Thursday through Monday. Even if it's important, say, you know what? It is important, but I'm going to miss it because this business and the future and the financial stability that I need for my family is a little bit more important. Okay? So y'all, I love you. I absolutely adore each and every one of you. I am so excited to get to know you better. I can't wait to meet you guys in person at Epic. I think it's going to be super fun for us as a team. I feel like I already know a lot of you because we talk so much and we are like around each other so much on social media. It's like we know each other. So I think it'll be absolutely amazing and it'll just be such a fun time. Thank you for getting on. Thank you for bearing with us. I know the call went late. I know the Zoom was super late, but I wanted to get it done today because I want you guys to hit MVP. I mean, GoPro and MVP, all of you guys, everyone who is new. Next week, I want you all to be MVP. That's my goal for y'all. All right. So set your goal, get with your sponsor. Let's set some Zooms. Let's get in 3 ways, and let's completely blow January out of the water. I know you guys can do it, and I'm so excited to watch it. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Good night.